Where are all my people? That's a funny one. Where are all my people? I know I've never told. Hey, hey. Hi, where are you joining in from? Hello, I don't know if you've watched my recent video. How come I can't see? Hello, good evening. If you're there, just leave a hi in the comment section, please. I was going to talk about the ongoing application or admission that is on with Riveria and a couple of points. I don't know if you've watched my recent video about the new program that is open for application, and if you've done your application yet or not, just a little tips on how to go about it to increase your chances of being selected and things like that. Hello, good evening. So for those of you who might have watched my video about the current admission, I like to say that there is a little technical issue on the Riveria website. So you may not be able to, for some people have not been able to find the link to apply for the program. And it actually happened since yesterday. I don't know if that has been fixed. I haven't checked that, but I actually have the link to the direct application in the description box of the video I posted earlier. I think I posted it yesterday. Yeah, so I have the link to the application center. So once you click on that link, it will lead you directly to the application board for the course. So on the website, it is written that to apply for this program, you would need your Duolingo English test, which is, I know some people usually ask if they can use the IELTS in substitution for the Duolingo. The answer is no. Most of the vocational programs, they consider the Duolingo English test, whether it's Riveria or Vamia. They are they're very particular about the Duolingo test. So if you haven't gotten the Duolingo test, I think you still have some time, because the application period for this course is actually about 13 days roughly. So if you want to seize the opportunity, then I would say try as much as possible to apply for the course. Try as much as possible to get your Duolingo English test. So for the Duolingo English test, you need to have a band score of 85. But I would say that given the fact that there are lots of people that are applying for the program, it is important that you increase your chances by scoring above 85. If you have like hundreds and above, then you're good to go. 110, 115, 120 or 125 for the Duolingo English test, then you're actually good to go for this program. So aside from the Duolingo English test, you would equally need to upload your high school certificate. And talking about high school certificate, it all depends on which country you are in. For example, the people in the West African zone do have the WAEC, and for us, like we in Cameroon, what we have is the GCE. So you'd have to upload your GCE advanced level and your WAEC. And also when you go to the platform, where is my husband's picture? Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Hi there. If you're in here for the tea, please make sure to leave a comment in the comment section so I can see who's connected. Hi there. So for if you're in here for the tea, please make sure to leave a comment in the comment section so I can see who's connected. So I was actually gonna talk about the ongoing application that is happening right now with Riveria. It is actually an opportunity because one thing is when you go to the website of Riveria, they do tell you that you can only apply for one course per application, which means that the course that it is currently on, you can apply for it, and when they open up their application or their admission board next January, you can equally apply. So it actually gives people a double opportunity to apply, and maybe somehow sometime next year they would still open the admission for another program within the year before the August or autumn admission, which actually gives people multiple opportunities to apply. Because, for example, if you actually or eventually apply for a course now and you don't get selected, you still have the chance to apply again in January, which I find it to be very good and interesting. So one thing with this is that I was actually sharing this on TikTok earlier today, where I was talking about the need to make your application outstanding. When you go to Riveria website, they do tell you that you need to upload your Duolingo English test, and you realize that lots of people have been asking me in the comment section, can I use, or if they can use the IELTS as a replacement of the Duolingo test, and the answer is no. Because when you go to the website, it clearly states that you need to have the Duolingo test with a band score of 85. And I would say that to increase your chances, try as much as possible to get above 100 in your Duolingo. Most people that I know that have done the test have gotten above 100. They've gotten 115, 110, 120, So when you score like a higher, score in your Duolingo test, it equally goes a long way to increase your opportunities. So I would say that if you haven't applied yet, or if you haven't done the Duolingo test yet, please make sure to do so, because you not only need it for this application, you would also need it for January application once it is open. And I would say for January application, given the fact that there will be lots of courses or lots of programs that will be open, make sure you choose wisely. Choose wisely. Go for a program that you know that you can easily integrate. You get it? And then go for a program that you know that even if they ask you questions related to that, program, you can easily answer. And in this modern world where we are today, it's not even really a big deal. For example, for those of you who are planning to apply for this program, right? I would say this: in the application center, they say that you need to make a video or record a video of maximum 2 minutes presenting yourself and telling the people, or talking about your expectations, like what are your expectations during the course, what are the challenges that you think you would face during the program, and what are your aspirations after the program. For example, the very first one, it's very easy. When you encounter certain questions, I know that sometimes as adults our brains can bug, because we have a lot of things that is going on in our lives, and a lot of things that is happening within our day. So I would say that, go, if you can't construct a proper sentence because of many reasons, go to ChatGPT. Go to ChatGPT, ask ChatGPT, tell ChatGPT, I want to write a presentation video. I want to write a presentation video, or I want to record a presentation video of 2 minutes where I will talk about my expectations for the baker confectioner course. Also, I would equally like to talk about a few challenges that I may face as an international student living in Finland. The key with ChatGPT is the manuscript, or the prompt that you give it. So when you take your time and write a proper prompt and you tell ChatGPT, I want a manuscript, it will formulate a proper manuscript for you, that all you need to do is to read through it and record your video. Right? Record your video and you would see that your video will be outstanding. Like, after recording the video, you may ask yourself, am I the one who spoke like this? So those are some of the various things that you can do to make your application outstanding, or make your application stand out. It's very important to make your application stand out when you're applying for things like this, because there are lots of people that are applying for these programs. Like, people around the world have been waiting for this opportunity to apply at Riveria. You get it? So now that that opportunity has come, you need to make your application outstanding, set apart, And I was equally sharing on TikTok live the other day that this is a period where, if you can, because when you go to Riveria website, they clearly tell you that you need to have like maybe a work experience in the domain, for example. And I was sharing with some people the other day on TikTok that, for example, if you don't have any work experience in a domain, right, but you have a good knowledge about that field, would you let that be a setback for you? There is no way you should let that be a setback for you. For example, the easiest way to go about it, right? If you have friends, you have relatives, you have family members, you have, connections that own bakeries, that own restaurants, ask them to stand as references or as referrals for you. It will go a long way to help you, trust me. Moreover, if you have the opportunity to do an additional course and add to your WAEC, because you do need the Duolingo English test and you need the WAEC or the GC advanced level, in your application, in addition to the presentation video that you have to make. If you have the opportunity to do a course, to amplify your application, please go ahead and do it. Honestly, you won't regret it. And one of the centers or one of the websites, or I don't know what I should call it, that you can do a course or a short program to amplify your application is Alison. I know many of you have heard about the Alison programs that they usually have on their website. So you go to Alison, for example, if you're planning to apply for the baker confectioner, I'm very sure 100% that if you go to Alison courses, programs, you would find a course that is related to bakery. You would find a course there. Go ahead and do the course. I know that right now the time is a little bit limited, but for those who are planning to apply in January, right, you still have some time. You have like almost like 2 months. You can decide that, okay, let's say you want to apply for nursing assistant, or you want to apply for waiter or waitress. Go to Alison. You would find a course there that is related to the field that you want to study, right? Do the course. Once you're done with the course, pay for the program and get your certificate. Then when it's time for you to apply, add that to the other certificates that you already have, right? And if you have any work certificates, right? Any work certificate or any recognition that you have obtained from your current place of work or your former place of work, add all of these things to your application. Add them to your application, right? And then, get the course. If you have the money, I know that most of the courses on Alison platform is usually around, once you're done with the course is like free, but you have to pay for the certificate, for example. So for the certificate, it may cost something around 60 something euros or 60 something dollar, or it may cost like about $100 for the course maximum. That's what I know. So you do these small courses and then get the certificate and sorry guys, and add this to your application. It will go a long way to show the you know the people that are in charge that this person is actually serious and this person wants this opportunity. And then once you're done applying, I'll just say that, just stay in faith, pray, and ask God for God's favor and things like that. And now when you talk about preparation for example, because you all know that after you've applied, there is a time that is assigned for an interview. There is a time that is assigned for like the test, entrance exam or entrance test. What you can do is prepare yourself as well for that. Don't just get the mail or information that you have an entrance exam and then you just sit back, you just relent your efforts. No, you still have to keep working. You have to keep trying and keep working until you have finally gotten your admission letter. Do you get it? Try to read about, for example, read about the company, read about the country you're going to. No, read about the course or the program you're going for, because most of the questions that they would ask you are questions related to the program, questions related to the school, questions related to the country, and questions related to yourself, like why do you think they should accept you for this program? What are your aspirations? What do you think you have more that other candidates do not have? Make sure that you try to write a proper manuscript that can describe you In fact, when you're going for any interview, you're going to sell yourself. You're like a product that needs to be sold. So you need to write the proper manuscript. You see the way you prepare for a work interview, it is the same way that you would prepare for these interviews. You know, prepare yourself properly. Be eloquent. Be confident. In the way you're speaking, whether you're sure of what you're speaking or you're not sure, be confident. Wear that confidence, you know. And when you're able to, try to go online. See, one thing with this digital world that we live in is that there is literally every information that you need. Whether you need information on how to answer questions about yourself, you go online, you would find people that make videos that are related to that. Whether you need, you know, videos to explain to you how to answer the question about your strength and weak, you would find stuff like that online. If there need be, go online and find. But if you don't want to like take so much time to go online, you can go to ChatGPT. And as I always say, with ChatGPT, the key is in your prompt. So don't just go and say, ChatGPT, how do I answer the question? Talk about what are my strengths and what are my weaknesses. Even in answering a question about that can be as random as you have to. For example, when they ask you, what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses, for example, talk about something that you have that can be an added advantage to the company, firstly. Or secondly, for example, go to Riveria. Try to look at the core values of Riveria, right? What are the core values of Riveria that you can attach to yourself? That when they ask you, talk about your strength. If, let's say, for example, one of their core value is customer service, that should be your topic of discussion. Emphasize on it. Sell it out. Use that to sell yourself. Use that to brand yourself in such a way that, even as you're speaking with that confidence, they know that this person or this candidate is actually the candidate that we need. And I don't want to discriminate or anything. One thing I know is that we Africans, right? Because for sure, the other countries like the Europeans and the Americans and things like that, they have the opportunity to easily move to other European countries or to move to other American countries. So they don't really go for programs like this because it's easy for them to switch, based on the treaty, and then the way the European countries are. It's easy for them to change. It's easy for them to transfer. So most of these programs are mainly applied by Africans and Asians. And I would say that if you're an African, I would say that you have a upper hand because when it comes to communication, using English as a language, I believe that most of the African country have English as the first language. So it's actually an added advantage for you. It's an added advantage for you, such a way that as you're going there, the way you would speak with confidence and everything, it's different from the way other nationalities will speak. So consider that as an added advantage for you. You get it? So sorry guys, it is so important that you prepare yourself for these interviews because failing to prepare is the same like preparing to fail. You get it? And also, I actually realized that some people were having challenges or difficulties to find the link for the Riveria application. When I posted the video, actually, when I actually realized that the link on where to apply for the program was not found on the website. I don't know if that has been fixed yet, but if you're trying to apply and you can't find the link on Riveria website, the recent video I just posted about the new free vocational program, go to that video on the description box, you go down, there is a link there. Just click on the link and it will redirect you to the application center. All you need to do is to click on apply here, and then you will be able to apply. So please guys, take that, every single piece of advice I've given you here, take that into consideration. It is really important. And all the best. I would say that for those of you who are one thing is that one thing I like so much about this vocational program is that firstly, you don't have to worry about um tuition. It is completely free of charge. So once you've gotten your admission into a vocational school, all that you have to worry about is your proof of fund, how to put together your proof of fund, because that is really a thing. It is really a thing in Finland. The government is so much into making sure that all the candidates that come in for school programs have their proof of fund. And I actually realized that a lot of people confuse between proof of fund and tuition. Tuition is not the proof of fund. Your tuition fee is your responsibility or towards your school, right? But the proof of fund is for immigration. I don't know if you understand. So for example, if you're planning to school or do a university program, it can be bachelor's degree or master's degree or PhD. PhD, by the way, is free of charge in Finland. All PhD students study for free, and some but for bachelor's degree and master's program, there is a fee, right? Though some schools do provide scholarship for these programs, and sometimes the school fee already, the tuition ranges between 7,000 euros to up to 13,000 euros. And sometimes some schools will provide scholarship that will drop the tuition fee to up to maybe 5,000 euros or 4,000 euros. So if you are applying for a university program, you may likely have to pay a tuition fee of either 4,000 or 5,000 euros based on the scholarship that you would get and the tuition fee of the school that you are applying to. And to find schools is very easy. You just need to go to studyinfo.fi. On that website, you would find that's actually the only website through which you can apply for schools in Finland. Studyinfo.fi is like the government website for school applications. So sorry guys. So you go there and then you'd search the program that you want. It will bring out a list of schools. For those of you who do not know what I'm talking about, I actually have a video on my YouTube channel. You can check it out on how to find your desired program on that website. So now, given that, let's say for example your school fee is like 4,000 or 5,000, that is your responsibility towards your school. So once they give you admission, right, they would require or recommend you to pay your tuition fee. So once you've paid your tuition fee, the next thing is to go for your visa, is to apply for your visa. So now when you are applying for your visa, the Finnish immigration requires that you have a proof of fund, which is an income requirement for your living expenses in Finland for a period of at least 1 year. Previously, it was 6,720 euros based on my old video. I know that if you've watched my the videos on my YouTube channel, I actually said that there. But unfortunately, there is a new law, there's a new legislation, and the proof of fund or the income requirement has... Hello, Agnes. Thank you for joining tonight. So the proof of fund has actually increased from 6,720 to up to 9,600, which is like crazy because that's a lot of money. If you have to convert that money to CFA, that's almost like 6 million. Not, it's really, really a lot. you know. So you see that the proof of fund, whether you're coming in for a university program or you're coming in for a vocational school, that proof of fund is a must. You must have that money. Because, for example, if you get admission in a vocational school, right, you would not need to pay any fee. It will be completely free of charge, no tuition fee included. But you would have to provide your proof of fund. So you're telling the Finnish government that this is it, I have gotten admission in this school and it's completely free. But I'll be living in Finland for this period of time, and this is the money that I will use to take care of my living expenses, and the proof of fund that they require you to have, which is the 9,600, it is supposed to cover your rent, your feeding, your transportation, and everything that you need to spend on in Finland. That's the reason why the government require you to have that amount of money. And the reason why it has increased is because of the increasing, rate of inflation. You see this inflation thing, it's happening everywhere around the world. Though. It's not just in Cameroon, it's not just in Nigeria. It's happening everywhere around the world. So and then it also depends on where you get your program to. So if you get your admission in the city like Helsinki, Tampere, all these big cities, the rent there is a little bit high as compared to smaller cities. So those things or those factors can affect your cost of living in Finland. Sorry, guys. It's actually very cold, so my voice is breaking out. So that is mainly it. If you have any questions, please make sure to drop your questions in the comment section so I can reply you. I've been receiving lots of messages and lots of comments on my videos recently. I really do appreciate. If you're one of my followers, I appreciate. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for sharing. And if you're here, you're not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please make sure to take a look at it. You would most probably find an information there that you would need, and I would appreciate if you subscribe. And yeah, meanwhile, if you have any questions, please make sure to drop your questions in the comment section. And regarding the next season for application is January. January is like the beginning of the spring admission. That is, before I even go to that, one, you're welcome. You're welcome. So before we even go to that, one thing I'm excited about is that this baker confectioner courses, those who get admission will be here by April. Is that not wonderful? They'll be here by can you do videos about vocational training in details? Like what would you like me to talk about in detail? When it comes to vocational programs, right? I think I actually talked about it in my previous video. Hi, thank you for connecting from my Algeria. Thank you. So when it comes to vocational program, as I said, it's really a big thing here in Finland. There are a lot of vocational schools, and one thing I like so much about the vocational program is that the type of visa that they give you, right? Let's say, for example, you move here and then let's say you're no longer interested in the course that you want to do. You can switch. You can switch, or you can even change school and say, okay, I don't want to go to this vocational school anymore. Let's say, for example, if you came as a baker confectioner, but in reality what you wanted was like a program in nursing assistant or a program in I don't know, can be anything, but you got just the one in baker confectioner, for example. Once you get here, right, after 6 months of studies, you can decide that no, you don't want that anymore. You want to go for your nursing assistant program. It's very feasible. It's very possible because of the type of visa that they give you, which is the B type B residence permit. so you can eventually change and decide to go. And the thing is, once you're here in Finland, there are so many vocational schools, like so many, countless, and most, if not all of them, are free. So if you decide to say you don't want to go to this vocational school anymore, all you need to do is to apply. And when you apply, most likely some schools will ask you to come for entrance exam. The only thing is that some vocational schools are in Finnish, while others will start in English. Just like Riveria, the programs will start in English, then along the line they will gradually switch to Finnish. The reason why they switch to Finnish is so that you can get acquainted to the Finnish language, because it's really required for your day-to-day life in Finland. And then even if you're done with your program, or you're done with your course, you would need that for your work life or your working experience. You know, it's really challenging to look for a job in Finland when you don't have the Finnish skills. So they will start in English and then they will graduate to Finnish. Like me right now, I'm starting my Finnish language school very soon, because I really need that Finnish. Honestly, I'm so excited. I really can't wait to get started with my Finnish language school. Once I'm done with that, I'm gonna I want to take a course fully in Finnish. It's gonna be super challenging, studying completely in Finnish, but I'm up to the task. So that's some of the advantages. And then another thing is that when you come on with a vocational school, you still get the same benefits that all students get. Whether you're it's more like, so long as you're a student, you're a student. It doesn't matter whether you're a student in a university program or a vocational program, um you're still a student. So stuffs like student discount on transportation, student discount. There are even certain shops, like the last time I went to shop, right? I wanted to pay the lady, or the lady at the shop. She asked me, "Am I a student?" I said no. And she was like, okay, because it's like when you're a student, they will ask you for your student ID, and with your student ID, they would sell to you at a discounted price. So those are some of the advantages that you would get to enjoy as well when you get here. There are a lot of small petty discounts that you would get once you're here as a student. Yeah, please, can you explain more on how one can connect? Okay, with the Duolingo test, you have to download it, right? You have to download the test, and then when you go to the let me try to see if I can open it from here, this other phone, and see if I can do a demo. So so for example, this is the program. It says apply here. Oops. So you have to put your email here. I don't know if this is gonna work because this is not my phone. I can't open it from here. This is not my phone. So basically, I'll try to do that tomorrow if I can, or make a video on that if I can. But when you go to the website, right, remember, it says that when you want to download your certificate from Duolingo, you have to specify Riveria on your application, on your results, so that it will highlight Riveria on it, right? And then once you do that, you would have to link it. Just give me a moment. So you have to download the test from Duolingo, I don't know if you know how to download, but there should be a button somewhere on Duolingo to download the test result. And when you open the link, there is a portion that shows you to where to upload the Duolingo test. So you have to upload it on the link, or on whatever is being highlighted for you to upload it. I think you see the same way you have to upload your high school certificates is the same way you have to upload the Duolingo test as well. And your video too. Please make sure, if you haven't done your presentation video, make sure you do that, because it's one of the requirements. Don't do some and leave others. It will be detrimental for you. So it says that record a max 2 minutes video where you answer the following questions. What are your expectations for the training? Why would you like to study in this training? What kind of challenges you might have in studying and living abroad? What kind of job and where do you dream of after the studies? It says add the video link on your application form. So one thing you can do with this is you can save the video. I don't know if you've tried it before. You can save the video on Google Drive, on your Google Drive. Then you copy the link of the Google Drive, the link of the video in your Google Drive, and then upload it on here. You can do that as well, because with Google Drive, when you share a link, only those who have the link can have access to the video or to whatever document, whatever file that you're sharing. But I've not tried to open it on this phone. I'll try to open it on my phone maybe later after this live session, and then I'll see how to reply you on that. And also, guys, Vamia is starting admission in January. So far I know a couple of people already that have gotten their admission and even their visa from applying through Vamia, right? One of the things that was really challenging, that is challenging for Vamia, is that once they open the application center, only the first 400 people can apply, which means that if they say admission opens maybe at 1 a.m., right, you need to be on Vamia app refreshing with your documents, your video, everything ready to apply, because it's gonna go fast. You must be ready to apply. It's not like Riviera, for example, they have given you guys up to 13 days to apply. So it means that you have like so much time to apply. But with Vamia, as soon as they open the admission board or the application link, right, only the first 400 people that apply will be accepted. And once you've sent in your application, what happens is they will still call you for interview. You see, interview and entrance exam is a thing in Finland. I won't lie to you. Even I, who lives in Finland already, right, to get into the school where I'm going to start my school or classes anytime soon, I had to go for entrance exam. So it's really a thing. It is really a thing. And when it comes to entrance exam, one thing I realized is that for the entrance exam, you would have questions on math, like basic mathematics skills. And then you would also have, like, when I talk about basic mathematics skills, like conversion, it can be conversion to decimal. For me, the entrance exam that I did, it had addition, subtraction, it had conversion to decimal, addition of decimal, subtraction of decimal, multiplication of decimal. It had a little bit of algebra. It had, PEDMAS, or well, they call it BODMAS in my country, but in other countries they call it PEDMAS. It had what else did it have in math? Yeah, something like that in math. Then we had logic. We had logic, and the logic part was, it wasn't too complicated, but you just have to, we had to draw like a mirror image of a sheep and things like that, and then find the odd word, find the related word, find the alternative word. And then we had like interview, we had like an interview. During the interview they asked us questions in Finnish that we had to reply, but at some point I could not even reply because my Finnish is very, very like this. My Finnish is like this. So later on she switched to English, and then she began to ask me questions. What are my aspirations? What do I want to do after, um what do I intend to do in Finland? What profession would I like to go into? Things like that. They ask a lot of questions, and when you're answering those questions you have to, show some boldness and assurance, things like that. So when it comes to the entrance exam, there is no way you can escape it in Finland. There is no way. There are certain things that they are so particular about in Finland, and that entrance exam, there is entrance exam and there's your proof of fund. Those two things. Those are the main challenges when it comes to moving to Finland. Entrance exam and proof of fund. If you can crack these two, you're in Finland already. I won't lie to you. So yes, guys, that's what I had to share with us tonight. If you have any questions, please make sure to leave your comment in the comment section. And thank you all so much for staying by. Thank you, Yas. Thank you, Augusta. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate. And thank you, Agnes. Agnes, you have my mom's name if you're still there. The test is a personality questionnaire. Wow. Okay, more details about the test. It says that student selection, says online application test. The test link with instructions will be sent by email to all applicants with a valid application when the application period is over. So the application period will be over on the 16th of October. So as soon as the application session is over, they would send you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Eduji. As soon as the application period is over, they would send you guys emails. So you have to be close to your phones this season. And please, guys, if you make sure that your application is outstanding. No, I'm repeating this thing over and over. Make sure your application is outstanding before you apply. The good thing with is that you have a couple of days so you can review, and be sure of whatever you're sending in. And also, do not panic. It says that, after the 16th of October, be expecting to receive emails. Once you receive emails about the entrance test, then you have to prepare for it as well. It says it is a personality questionnaire which takes about 30 minutes to complete. Okay, guys, I'll try to find a way to get some of these questions, if I can, from my contact. I'll try to find some of the questions. I'll try to write them down, and then I'll make a video about it. I already have like a couple of questions from Vamia. I'll try to see if I can get questions from anyone that has attended Riveria interviews as well. I also have a couple of questions from the UAS, but I'll just try to like put them all together because most likely they are all related. Most of the questions are pretty much the same. So I'll try to find a way to get hold of certain questions, and then I'm just going to make a video about it, and equally how to approach the questions. So it says is the test is a personality questionnaire which takes about 30 minutes to complete. Then once you're done with the test, there is an online interview, based on the test result. And then one thing is, it's actually the same pattern. When you are applying for university programs, the first part is the written test. If you do not make it through the written test, you cannot go for the interview. But if you make it through the written test, then you do the interview. So it's done, the interview is done through Microsoft Teams, and it will be sent to you by email. So the online interview will be on the from the to be 2 days, 4th to 5th of November 2025. And then the student selection will be done on the 15th. Honestly, I am really, really hoping that all this information I'm giving here, you guys should be selected to ABEC. You guys should be selected. I want to have the good news at the end of the day. I want to get the feedback that, oh, I went for my interview, I applied and I got admission. I'll be so happy to hear from you guys. Honestly, if you're selected, if you get admission, please make sure to, any video that I post, just come and comment on that you got your admission. So pretty much that is it. So when they said they would send, for those who will be selected, they would be sent an email about the health documents. So we talk about health documents, more of like the health insurance. It's actually a requirement, and the health insurance is not really expensive. In most cases, it's like less than, it can be like €100 or less than €100 for that. Pretty much that is it. So yes, guys, yeah, is it advisable that one upload all my past qualifications or only my secondary one? Well, I would say if you can just apply with your secondary school certificate, but if you have any like a professional course, right, you can upload that as well. That's the reason why I was saying that if you can do like a course, it's not a must, right? It's not a must, but if you can, please go ahead and do it. Or I don't know why YouTube does not make this platform for you to know who is connected and who is not connected. Or if you can like get people around you. No, because I wanted to read this part and emphasize on it. So this is for Augusta. You were asking about the Duolingo test. It says this: choose Riviera School and save the certificate in PDF. So you have to download the Duolingo test in PDF and you attach it to your application. And then you need to add a link to your Duolingo English test result on your application. Okay, so for this one, right, you have to go to Duolingo. You go to Duolingo where your result is. You click, there is a place. I don't know if how this works with Android, but with iPhone, when you want to share, for example, if I want to share this, for example, okay, if I want to share this, for example, right, I'll click here on share. I'll click on share, for example. And then it's going to ask options. On options, you can either decide to share it as a PDF or as link, right? If you can decide to share it as a PDF or as a link. So now for where your result will be, you can instead of, you can save it here, you can copy it. For example, if you're using an iPhone, after clicking on this share button here, you will then go ahead to copy it. You copy it. Then once you copy that, then you go to the Riveria, where they need you to upload your Duolingo, then you paste the link there, or you share the link there. Is it advisor that one? So I wanted to read something here before. Please guys, if you can write a CV, if you can arrange a proper CV, like a good CV, right? And in your CV, where ask your skills, make sure you include good IT skills. If you're good with IT, write good IT skills and excellent IT skills. Make sure you include good physical and mental condition to work, to study and work in restaurants and catering service. Include these things in your CV. You get why? So the main thing is you need to have the requirements. You need to be 18 years old. You need your high school certificate, and then you need your Duolingo English test. The remaining good IT, good physical, blah blah blah. Those are just skills that you can include in your CV. Now, this part, this is what I was talking about, the proof of fund. You see that now even Riveria has included that in on their website. Enough funds for living expenses on the applicant's account to be presented for the immigration office for the residence permit. So that's very important. Test is an online. The test is taking. I'm looking for something that I want to share with you guys. You see, if either makes, they are very, very, very particular. If either the PDF file or link is missing, the application will be rejected. So you have to be careful. We don't accept certificates sent by email. You must pay the certificate yourself. There's something I'm looking for. Okay, it says that attach certificate of your previous education and employment. You see, this one is saying that if you have ever done any work that is related to catering, related to bakery, related to chef, cooking, things like that, whether it's in your mother's occasion, I don't know how they usually call this in back home. Even if you don't go cook now for occasion, or your mommy gets some catering business where they do am for house, include that in your CV. Include it in your CV. And I dey always to say, guys, I don't know if una dey understand which I dey talk. If una dey understand which I dey talk, just give me a thumbs up in the comment section. Because I want switch. I want wait, I won't talk. Oh my goodness, pidgin is not my friend. Wait, I won't talk, right? It's kind of sensitive. Now the reason that why they switch to the talk in pidgin. So if now they understand what they talk, just give me a thumbs up. Okay, good. So wait, I won't talk now. Say now. You see this employment pathway they talk about. If you don't get experience for this part, and they say if you get person, right? If you get person, we get